The real code switching.
Jason, how'd you just start us off with that quote? Because I could hear you when you wrote it in text. Like I could hear you screaming it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying that I'm from Harlem native, and I was sent an article about gentrification, and I feel like Harlem is kind of not the same anymore. Oftentimes, people that just move there say, "Oh, I live in Harlem," and in my head, I just think to myself, "You live uptown. You don't necessarily live in Harlem. You just live uptown." Because culturally, it's just not the same.
It doesn't exist anymore. Like the Harlem that we knew as kids. I mean, I'm from the Heights, and it's like it's faded away. It's not the same thing anymore. Gentrification robbed me of that. But at the same time, I don't really got to worry too much about shootouts anymore, and that was like a real threat back in the day.
I love Starbucks, man. Yeah, no, I love...
And safety is, it's
well, it's not safety. It's just new danger. It went from being the thugs to the police. It's just new danger.
And being priced out of your own.
Yeah, it's not.
Out of your house.
People think it's safety, but it's just different danger.
It's different wolves, essentially.
Yeah.
I live in Bed-Stuy, approaching East New York, and whenever like somebody from like Texas or France moves in, is this a safe neighborhood? I'm just like, I mean, there's cops every 5 minutes.
Right.
So I don't feel safe, but you'll be fine.
Exactly. Safe is relative. Like safe for who? From what?
And you know what's crazy? A couple of years ago, I was in SeaTac outside of Seattle for the Fight for 15 when they passed the first $15 minimum wage. I was actually door knocking there, so I helped make it happen.
Okay.
But we were out there.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. No, because it was a referendum, so it was like the week leading up to the election, so people had to vote, so you had to go knock on doors and remind them to vote, or else it wasn't going to pass. So I'm driving around with people from all over the country, because all over the country people are coming to do this. And she's like, well, and this one woman from like Spokane, Washington. It's like, and if you don't feel safe, and I'm like, well, I've knocked on doors in the South Bronx, so my sense of the word safe is relative.
You knocked on doors in Buffalo, New York.
You do so much like incredibly like outrageous work that I would never in a million years try and do. I hope that any chick that's out here listening like fucking sits on your face, man, because you fucking really deserve it. You do like heroic shit.
That's sped up so quickly. Just
0 to a fucking 100, man.
That's sped up so quickly. In a good way for you,
and that's happened as a result of my work.
Oh.
Yeah.
My hero.
Yeah. I've seen this man in college. He's telling the truth.
And the crazy thing is, though, is that when I said what I said then, I totally switched it around because I meant to have her think like, oh, I've knocked on doors in the South Bronx, in Buffalo, and Rockaway Beach, like. But then as the years pass, I'm like, what's more dangerous than knocking on like some white guy's door in the suburbs?
Looking like you and doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look like me and doing it.
Yeah, that's true too.
I totally forgot to introduce Jason, by the way.
Yo, looking like me anywhere, son.
It's all good, man. Just around living life.
Harlem Herald. Do you still go by that name?
Oh my God, that's a blogger alias. Jay Wednesday is just what I do, man. Production, photography, everything else. It's all the same. Jay Wednesday on Twitter, Jay Wednesday on Instagram, Jay Wednesday on Tumblr, Jay Wednesday on Blogger.
Tumblr will get you like 10 times as many hits as Twitter.
Yeah, Tumblr. I like Tumblr for like my photography, but Tumblr in terms of like putting out like themed content, I feel is a little. It's kind of like Periscope. Like I like Periscope. Jay Wednesday on Periscope. I like Periscope, but it's so broad. The platform is so open that it's hard to kind of pick one thing to do. Some friends that I know like to look at it as like a Tinder or something like that. I personally like to look at it for like motivational conversations and things around
Tumblr or Instagram.
Periscope.
Oh, Periscope.
Periscope is awesome.
I'll tell you what I use Tumblr for, but before I do that, we're doing another double today, so we're also joined by Guido
Moreira here.
Awesome. So we're doing 2 episodes
Attorney
today.
at law.
Yes.
Awesome.
Esquire.
Yes.
There it is. Plugs all day.
And before before anybody goes after Guido for what we do on Codeswitchin, he's not our attorney. Although we are gonna need one at some point.
For shizzle.
With you, Serge? Soon.
For shizzle.
Real soon.
But speaking of danger, so like where I learned about Tumblr's power was that I don't have, but this is when my Twitter was anonymous. So if you go to People's History on Twitter, I used to be very careful about not revealing my identity because I'd be frontline at a lot of rallies. And so I was there for the but the Black Lives Matter Macy's Day Parade and Thanksgiving 2 years ago, and that shit popped off like really fast, like harder than I've seen anything. I think, since the St. Patrick's Day massacre at Occupy Wall Street. And so I'm like, I took pictures. I'm like, yo, you gotta, because cops basically at some point when they saw that the marchers were like getting cheered on by the spectators of the parade, they're like, fuck, we have to make these guys look bad. So they just came in with batons and just started beating up everybody. And I don't mean just like the protesters, but like kids watching like on the sidelines. So like I took pictures of that. I put it on Facebook, and like 9 people liked it or whatever. Like I don't know what the fuck that even means. And then Twitter.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I had like maybe a few hundred followers, and they got like whatever, like 20 reshares, maybe 100. It's like it's the one thing that I had that got retweeted the most. And then I'm like, I talked to a few people that have Tumblr because I didn't have it. I took a screenshot. I'm like, yo, just put this on your Tumblr. And like it got like 60,000 interactions in one day.
Tumblr is real, man. People look at it seriously. Because it's anything. You can share anything. It can be text, a photo, a video, a link, anything you like.
It's
an
porn.
Instagram post.
I think it's the porn.
There's porn. There's always porn.
There is porn.
It's the internet. There's porn everywhere in the internet. Porn is like...
No, not on Instagram. I mean, there kind of is, but...
Are you kidding me?
I found
there is porn.
Like
they have freed the
penetration
nips.
porn on it.
They have freed the nips, bro.
Yeah.
Instagram is like... They may have a policy, but the nips are free on Instagram.
I don't know, man.
I can show you this right now.
Who are you supposed to follow?
What
Where the nips at?
Who are these people?
I had some nips on some pictures I've
booty
actually taken at parties, and I had to censor them for Instagram.
No, you didn't. I mean, you know what it is? You have some sensitive ass people following you. That's what it is. You get reported.
I feel like it's sexist to censor nips.
How about
It's sexist, man.
Not-
Free the nips.
It's unconstitutional.
It's just women.
Real.
nips. There
What
it
it
is.
is. There you go. That's
There
the
it
word.
is.
Unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional. It's fastidious.
Yeah, Guido could definitely legally argue for the freeing of the nipple.
Well, that's been argued in New York City. It's a violation of equal protection in New York City, not on
In
Instagram.
public, but not on social media.
I guess that's not public.
Right. Is it?
Should it
Wait.
be?
So
I
wait.
don't
The
know.
conversation is what? Is that you can? It's a conversation because I thought that in New York City it was legal for women to be topless.
It is legal. Yeah.
It is.
On the
They
street.
just don't, but it's legal, right?
I don't
I've
see
seen
what
the
they do
woman.
sometimes.
Right. Like the beaches too. Like they could go topless. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So can we do a plug
What a
on that?
time
Can
to
we-
be
can we
alive.
do a plug on that. I encourage all women watching this to
All of
exercise
us.
your rights. Don't let the terrorists win.
Don't let 'em win.
Don't let them win. I think you should.
It's what ISIS wants.
Exercise.
They want you to cover up.
You know, equal. We have the legalese right here. You know, you can go ahead and do that.
There is a beach
Free the nips. Get t-shirts. Radhames, do that.
within the context of people that go to the beach specifically to do that shit. Everyone's going to Gunnison, which is on Sandy Hook, New Jersey, because that's the nude beach. It's the
Where is it
federal
again?
beach. It's in Sandy Hook, New Jersey. You take a ferry or you drive. But apparently, like, I think it was Jacob Reese, the federal beach in New York. It used to be. People would go have like crazy parties there with like tents and shit, and
Right,
shit
wow.
would go down. And everyone's like, nah, you can't do that. Like they're cracking down on it, you know.
It's pretty quiet these days when I've been there at Reese
Yeah.
Park.
You go to Reese?
I've been a few times.
Yeah. It's far out, but
Damn, people crack down on like awesome times.
of course.
Have you
It's
heard?
horrible.
Have you heard that MDMA and LSD are illegal?
Yeah, that's true. That is.
Really, I didn't get that memo.
There was tons of it when I
Ah.
went to Montreal this past weekend.
I was say this Memorial Day weekend. I think people
There
forgot
was
about that
so
one.
much Molly. Just
People
going
forgot
around.
about that one.
I want to hear about Montreal. I
saw
definitely saw some crazy
leprechauns.
shit.
I saw all kind of things.
Montreal
rainbows.
was nuts, bro.
Pots of gold.
All right, line by line, what's the craziest thing everybody saw Memorial Day weekend?
Wait, sober or just
Either.
Mm.
living that life, man.
I saw a lot of crazy shit. Let me see. There was the fight. I saw a fight in Montreal.
They weren't even celebrating Memorial Day.
Oh, there was. There was a. I saw. You
Because
said
for them it
celebrity.
doesn't matter, right?
I saw a celebrity, but I don't know who he was. I saw a
to the mic?
celebrity.
Yeah.
I saw a celebrity. Some sport, some basketball player or something.
Mm.
But I don't know anything about sports unless you beat the shit out of each other for your sport.
I think
So
what he
don't
says
know
they
who it
weren't
was.
celebrating Memorial Day because
They
it's an
weren't.
American holiday.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's what
United
you
it's
said.
States.
Canadian.
That's what you said.
And in Canada, they don't do that.
They don't count as
Canadian.
Americans to us.
They have Boxing Day.
Everyone spoke French to me. That was interesting.
I think they have several boxing days throughout the year. Actually.
They're like, please don't shoot us.
They
Up.
do. I still to this day. What is Boxing Day? Can we get a survey on that? Can we get a Twitter poll? On what?
That's when you show up with like gifts in boxes.
That you're bullshitting. That's
No,
not
I'm
true.
serious.
That is not
It's an
what it is.
extension of Christmas, and you show up with your presents, but you show up and like you have them
So-
in boxes.
So when I see Boxing Day in Canada in parentheses on every calendar I've ever bought since I was like 15, that means that's the day like after Christmas. It's like Three
Christmas
Kings Day
part
for
two.
Canadians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Three Kings for Canadians. Like,
Yeah, that's. I think that's what it is.
If
If anyone's Canadian, they're more
Christmas
than welcome
revenge.
to shout
Yeah.
us out on social media.
And Canadians are like, at least in Montreal, they were the nicest fucking people. Even their bums and drunks were like
Yeah.
really nice.
Especially their bums and drunks.
They were so nice.
But Canada is clean. Even the bums are clean, in my
I
opinion.
don't know, man. I don't know about that, man.
No,
That's
the trains. We went to Montreal, you said, right?
I went to Montreal.
In Toronto, man, I don't know about Montreal, but in Toronto and Ontario, they have a great subway. It's clean, it's nice. The streets like New York, if there wasn't like piss and shit everywhere.
So not New York.
Yeah, like Chicago.
Like,
But without the gang dealer, the gang members.
yes, and the shootings.
Yeah.
Radhames, the fight that I witnessed outdoes yours. I was at the Argentinian picnic in Flushing Meadows, and so you had a bunch of like two people were fighting near the end as I was leaving, and like just a drone came out of nowhere and just like started observing them as they were fighting.
Them, Serge? Them? Or you?
Them.
Wait, a drone? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, there was a drone flying around just with a GoPro on it, just sort of like hovering before the fight, really. But then the fight started, and it dragged on for a while because, like, the women were trying to hold them back and everything, and then they broke free and started fighting again. Like, it happened like 3 or 4 times, and the drone just kind of edged closer to the fight and started like hovering like lower and lower.
It's like a great party. Like whenever it breaks out into a fight. I mean, the GoPro could have belonged to anyone.
Yeah, I don't think it was a police GoPro.
I don't think so either.
It was government surveillance because they know Serge just
To
coming.
watch 2 Spictinos beat the shit out of each other, that's
Spictino,
so
that's
common.
so racist.
That happens all the
man.
time.
God,
Not racist if I say
it's
it.
so racist.
Racist.
You're Muslim.
Oh,
Ahmed.
okay.
That's right, I went there.
All right.
So,
We're gonna get like hate mail from like the one person who listens to us.
you guys might
gonna
be
be
awesome.
awesome.
Can we talk about this gorilla though? This
Yeah,
gorilla thing?
man. Yo,
Harambe.
Right. But still,
Oh.
hey, well, I had a conversation. All right, let's just get. We were talking about Harlem before, and we were joking just now, but I had a serious conversation. Twofold, gender and racially. Would this be the same issue? One, I think it is very interesting the racial spin that we put on this by parodying the gorilla with black people. That's for one. That's a very interesting parody, I think, to make, especially given the time we're coming from with like shootings and everything, to make that parody, that joke. And then 2, would we be treating this the same way if A, the kid was white, and B, it was a girl, not a boy? So the issue I have now, this is a joke, right? If that was a little white girl and that gorilla was snatching that baby around, people would be outraged if you were like, oh, this is hilarious, how dare you shoot the gorilla? They'd be like, no, of course you shoot that gorilla. This little white girl is getting dragged around. Or maybe if it had been a little black girl, would it be different? Or white boy, would it be different? So these are questions I'm just asking.
I mean, if you watch CNN,
I am a little offended by it, though.
They put a crazy racial
comparison.
spin on it. Like
It's crazy.
They put out all the mother's dirty laundry and how the father was a multiple felon. I'm like, this has nothing to do with the fact that fucking kid.
Right, or even the social media, like the pictures of the gorilla with the cap and gown, like this is the picture they don't want you to see.
Yeah.
Stuff like
It's
that.
like-
you
like,
know
it's
what I
not-
mean?
it's-
It's like no, but it's parody. I mean, it's funny because it's hilarious as hell.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting to think that like, all right, it's funny because why? It's an offensive joke that's funny because of an offensive stereotype. So the only reason that joke is funny is because people already equate black people with monkeys.
Exactly.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
already it's double layered offensive. So
Well,
laughing
I
at
think that they're approaching
and
it
then-
in that they're making fun of the reactions people have to it.
Right, but in what way? Like they do that when they make a fun when they have like a Michael Brown or Eric Garner,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
They show you the mugshot of the victim.
Yeah.
They don't show you the graduation photo,
Yeah.
and that's what it was parodying. It was parodying that.
Like the
so
Black
why-
Lives
I,
Matter.
Black
I,
Lives
I, I
Matter,
think
right,
there's
right.
there's multiple layers. There's so many layers, and that's why I kind of avoided watching the video, even though I would love to see videos of animals and humans.
I mean, the
interacting
video is
in
crazy. I
terrible
watched that
ways.
shit like 12 times.
I mean, the
It's
gorilla
really
had to
dramatic.
get shot in the face, bro.
I mean, either way,
That's
shoot
what
the
happens.
fucking gorilla. Yeah, no, he needs to die. Like, this is a person's life versus an animal's
I mean,
life.
I don't think you should.
Period.
I don't like zoos because zoos are just jails for animals, and I don't think that the gorilla should have been in there in the first place. But if that's my son, shoot the fucking gorilla. I don't care if there's one of them left. Kill the gorilla.
No, but wait, check this out though. I'll say this. Before I went into photography and art, I used to work with children, right? Youth development.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, I worked at Gloria J. Parks Community Center for 2 years. I have taken in my life, I would say probably several thousand children over the course of my time working with kids to the zoo, right? Now, one time have I ever lost a kid, ever let somebody get stuck into right. And there's several of my peers in my life who work with me who have also taken. So between us, we have taken tens of thousands of kids. Not one time. Where was that kid's mother?
Did you ever?
Where was his
kid
mother?
Was on some entrapment shit. He was going through like the laser pointers and everything.
All I'm saying, no, you're right. I agree with you. All I'm trying to say is, in one breath, I will say that I am offended at the racial parody to Black Lives Matter Jamaican with this fucking gorilla. But I'll also say that kid was black, that woman was black, and where was your black ass when your kid was jumping into a gorilla?
She's a shit-tastic mom.
You know
There's no arguing. She's a shitty mom.
What was it?
What's Catherine Zeta-Jones' movie where she's doing all the acrobatics?
Entrapment. Yeah.
That kid had to go under some shit, over another fence, through some woods and shit.
I think that the volume of reaction, and this is why I've avoided watching or reading this, is the volume of reaction is going to spread the gamut to like the very basic, oh my god, the gorilla, to like the sort of semi-critical, whether it's intelligent or not, to like the super sarcastic. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where they go to Lollapalooza and
right.
like the two at the time like grunge white kids from like 1995 are like dancing to the music like, oh, this is so much fun, man. It's like, do you mean that, or are you just being sarcastic? And it's like, I don't even know anymore. Mm-hmm. So there's people are like tackling it on so many different levels that there's too much white noise.
I just feel like
but that's a double entendre.
I just feel like this. Like, okay, the gorilla got shot. It's awful. The kid was in danger. Shitty mom. All this stuff. People were so fucking outraged at the fact that they shot and killed a gorilla, but nobody gave a fuck when the whole stuff with Sandra Bland went down.
You're killing people.
Yes, they're killing people. The fucking infringement on your constitutional rights, when they try to censor the fucking internet, when fucking what's this dude Snowden, when he had to flee the country. Like, these people are whistleblowers that are like kind of looking out for the rest of the public. Nobody gives a shit. Fuck him. He shouldn't have been snitching.
And I have a theory about that. And I don't think the mom was necessarily shitty, but she,
Yeah,
you're a shitty mom.
Yeah, I would not. I'm not losing a kid to a gorilla.
I would probably
that
lose a kid.
That gorilla was chilling. He was doing gorilla stuff.
Thousands of kids that weren't even my kids. I wasn't even invested in these kids. They're like day camp kids, and I don't lose them.
They didn't even come from his balls and he didn't get
exactly.
But you couldn't have held on to every one of them if they was smart and figured out a way into the gorilla enclosure.
Right. I guess my point is that it's about management. Like, if I can manage 20 kids at a time, 30 kids at a time,
one.
You can't manage exactly. You know what I mean? And these kids aren't even my kids. Like, I have so much less vested in them.
I think she had another kid with her though.
I mean, I'm struggling to give.
I'll give the mom a pass, but in terms of the reactions, I mean, it's this constant thing that we see where like people, the more someone reacts to somebody, the more you have a propensity to hate them, and the less you understand something, the more you have a propensity to kind of like love it. And this is why people will like love like little foreign third world kids, but not give a shit about poor people in their backyard. This is why people love their dogs or their cats more than they love their own like family. This is why like some people who like love people of other races but don't really understand them but are infatuated by them, or like people that love people in the military or the police, like they have a simplified version of, there's a lot of examples of it, they have a simplified version of this being's existence because they don't really talk back.
Right.
Like they don't have like one-to-one conversations as equal, so they kind of like glorify them, so when they die it's like, oh my god, this is such a tragedy, and they blow it over. They you know.
I mean,
I've never met a gorilla I give a fuck about. Not one. Not even Donkey Kong. Fuck Donkey Kong.
Whoa.
I hated him.
Those barrels don't even ask.
That was, you know what? Terrible game. Terrible game. There I said that.
Die slow. How about that? Die slow.
That is 0 to 100. I'm a person.
You know, one other thing about in general, in a hostage situation, the reason you don't shoot is not because you're worried about the person with the hostage, just because shooting puts the hostage in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times when there's some kind of dangerous animal situation, the people around who are supposed to be taking care of these animals are really just waiting to shoot an animal.
Mm.
And this is what happened. There was another situation where a whole zoo full of exotic animals got out about a year or two ago, and they ended up shooting all of them. Didn't even try to catch them. And they said it was for safety, but that's kind of an overarching term they use sometimes when there's people out there who like hunting and they would rather hunt something exotic than the deer that they see every day.
Right.
So that's something that to me is like another layer on top. Doesn't mean it was wrong to shoot the gorilla in this case, but it's another layer on top that has bothered me in the past.
I mean, I don't know. I just because you see in movies where they'll shoot something and it just passes like with a tranquilizer and just passes out. Like this gorilla's like what, easily 400 pounds.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Like you're not putting down a gorilla off, one shot or whatever. I think that I'm not sure like what the zookeeper's responsibility is, because if I'm a zookeeper, you don't pay me nearly enough to jump in an enclosure with a fucking silverback gorilla.
There was a video.
To save some
There was
kid.
a video a couple weeks ago of two gorillas like straight fighting, two silverbacks
Yeah,
fighting.
and people were screaming like, "Where's the zookeepers?"
Yeah.
While these gorillas beat the shit out of each other.
I saw 1 or 2 gorillas fucking like people, and nobody.
Yeah,
said
yeah.
anything.
They fuck like people.
But I saw the video.
Missionary.
No, the girl
She
was riding him.
Yeah.
But like crazy, like donkey, like fucking gorilla ass on the gorilla. Like it was
shit.
crazy.
No, it's
You got the URL.
I'll text you.
Oh.
That's what it's about. It's Codeswitchin.
Nah, yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. It's fucking weird that. Yeah, I just think that. As a country who's like so progressive and all, why the fuck haven't we outlawed and banned zoos? Like they shouldn't exist. They're just fucking. They're prisons for animals.
This country likes prisons.
And these ridiculously dangerous animals too. Like every now and then a fucking tiger or lion gets out, and then we kill it, and then there's an uproar about all these like sensitive people who are like, I don't know, like twats on the inside. Those kind of people who care more about animals than another person.
Oh, totally. Like I said, like animals.
They
don't
disgust
talk
me.
back.
I hate those kind of people.
Oh, that's such strong.
It's true. Like, oh, my dog is my best friend. You've never had a conversation with your fucking dog. All he wants to do is chill because you feed him. I could shoot a pug in the face right now. I wouldn't feel a fucking thing.
We've
It's
established
okay,
that
man.
Radhames hates pugs.
It's okay.
I hate pugs.
When did it happen?
Pugs and bulldogs
when did it
because they're
happen?
fat.
When did it happen?
Show-
Because they're fat.
Show us on the doll where the pug touched you.
When did it happen?
It wasn't my fault, man.
Right. It's over now. They never touch you again. Okay, you're
Don't
safe.
touch me again. Fuck
You're safe
pugs.
now.
And bulldogs.
This is your safe space. Okay.
And those cats with no fucking
In here.
with no hair.
In here.
Fuck them too.
Whoa.
Hate those cats. Stupid ass cat.
Bring it back to Harlem real quick.
You can do that because he's crazy.
Totally, man.
No,
Harlem doesn't exist anymore, you claim.
Yeah, I just feel like it's it's culturally diminished. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
Which part of Harlem are you from? West Side or East Side?
I am from Harlem, 145th.
I'm Broadway.
Yeah, almost. There is no West Harlem because that is a created term. There's Harlem, there's Spanish Harlem. West Harlem, Central Harlem, No High, Spy High, all that bullshit.
Hamilton Heights. Do you
Hamilton
believe
Heights,
that?
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, technically Hamilton Heights is an established area, but it's an area inside of Harlem. It's not a
Sunnyside
standalone
Heights.
area. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's like a little cool. They try to rebrand the Heights too. I forgot what they were calling
Yeah,
it.
Spy High.
Yeah.
Wahi.
It's
No,
ridiculous. Spa.
No High.
I think to move to Brooklyn, like so
no
many
Wah.
people are, you have to be able to quote Joel Ortiz. I think that's the rule.
Yeah.
He's performing tomorrow at the Bushwick Collective Fest. We're not being paid to sponsor him. I happen to be covering the festival,
No, fair.
so I'm excited that I'll be able to see him.
He's not paying you?
Huh?
For real, he's not paying you?
Not at all. I wish.
Cut the
I
check.
fucking wish.
You shouldn't even
There
say
you go.
his name. Some rapper that wears backwards
Right.
hats.
Some dude, some Puerto Rican dude.
He's pretty fond of Big Pun.
Reminiscent.
A Big Pun did pay me to plug him. Actually, I should say something.
From Postmortem Plug, really?
Yeah.
Apparently he's not even paying his wife. So.
Oh.
Whoa.
No, I mean seriously. There's like so much beef between Fat Joe and that chick that was Big Pun's wife. Did you ever see that video where he fucking pistol whipped her with an Uzi?
Whoa, what?
No,
Big Pun?
I
Big
heard,
Pun was big into domestic violence.
I heard he was
Latinos,
big
man.
into
You
Uzi.
bunch
Yo,
of
he was
pigs.
like, hey, can you hand me that gun? The gun was an Uzi. She hands it to him, and he just popped her in the face with
You
it.
Latino men, why are you guys so crazy?
That's
with it?
racist.
It's real.
Racist.
It's real.
Nah, it is real. It's a
I know it is.
It's a big problem.
I'm a
That-
black
that-
dude that dates Latin women. I know. They tell me that all the time. Oh, you don't beat me like my other boy. And that's the come up I have.
Oh my
So
God.
thank you for being.
Yo, I've never beat a woman in my life, and I'm Latino as fuck, man.
It's okay.
It's not cool, man. But at the same time, I will say this: I think that a woman.
That's cultural shit, man. That's fucking.
It is, but like, shouldn't stick around for domestic violence, man.
It's her fault.
You know
You
what I
wanted
mean? No,
it.
man, I'm tired of that
You
victim
wanted
blaming
it.
shit. You play a role, man, because it's not 1920
You want him
no
to
more.
beat you.
It's not 1920 no more. You can get a job. You're not financially dependent
You're
on.
gonna get so many letters.
Wait, listen. Especially if you live in New York, there's so many domestic fucking shelters out there and help. There's things you can do rather than stick around for your fucking kid, whatever. Then he's gonna grow up and be a woman beater, or your daughter's gonna end up wearing clear heels.
Well, you know what?
Because you like his dick.
Well, it was a good run on the show,
You like
guys.
his dick and his punches, apparently.
Thanks for having me on the one
No,
show.
man, fuck that, man. I'm gonna say whatever
That's
the fuck
good.
I think is my show.
Well, you know what I think that is though is that when you get in an abusive relationship like that, that the male partner or the abusive partner becomes like the gorilla or the whatever, like the thing that does not speak back. So becomes like they can't really communicate. Like the guy's like an alien to her, but she, assuming like she's the victim, like kind of portrays him as this thing that he is not, and like kind of subscribes communications from the person that the guy's not really giving out.
I understand that,
You know.
but that's the role that she's playing. She's playing an active role in the savage beatings that she's getting. Like, leave.
Right. No. It's
You know?
it's definitely
You can leave. I
Stockholm
understand. I
syndrome
understand
type
if you
situation.
tell me, yo, it's 1929, man. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, I hope you have a cast iron job. I'm so sorry about that. But it's not. It's 2016, and there's options out there. And to say that, oh, I'm victim blaming, I know I'm coming off as an asshole, and there's probably a more articulate way of me putting it, but nah, man, fuck that. Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, don't be an asshole.
I think that is the get the fuck out of an abusive
Yeah,
relationship.
get the fuck out of the.
I was
abusive
thinking about that.
relationship.
We were talking about that before with our ex-girlfriends. It is hard to leave an abusive relationship, and even on the other end, Jay,
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Sergio, we've dated some crazy bitches.
Man, listen, I've dated some crazy ones, bro.
Let it all out.
I'm
Sure.
not gonna let it all out, but let's put it this way: I've worked in music, and I've worked in art and fashion, and it has been.
You know it's bad when you're like starting off like that. Yeah, this is
Yeah, man.
my life.
All I'm saying is that a lot of the stereotypes that you have about those people, those women, are true. A lot of them aren't, but a lot of them are. And the same way you have, an archetype for, a lawyer or an entertainer or a minister or these people. I'm not saying stereotypes, but you have archetypes. Like you have like a template of what you think that person may look like to you, good and bad. The women in those industries is the same thing, good and bad. Beautiful women, but often crazy.
Show us on the doll where she touched you or tried to run you over.
But yeah, twice. I won't try to run
Yeah,
twice.
I heard that. That was terrible.
Yeah,
That's actual murder, though.
Yeah.
Someone actually tried to murder you
twice.
twice.
Well, got tried to run me over twice. I'm trying to be murdered way more times than
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one. My crazy one tried to like come after me with like a little carving knife. She used to do wood carving.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I never dated a woman that tried any of that. Well, one time I did, but I dated a crazy manipulator, which is just as bad. That's emotional. Fucking what do they call it? Emotional battering.
Why don't you grow a dick?
Abuse.
Grow a dick. Someone tried to run you over, and I was cool with you, right?
Yeah, but
You
it wasn't
can't-
emotional. I didn't cry about it.
I didn't cry.
The
about
sex
it.
was good. It was worth it.
Yo, it was really good. It was actually very good.
It's always good. The
So-
crazy sex is always good.
Yeah,
because they're crazy. So they go crazy when they're fucking you,
At
but
the
then
end-
later they're crazy too.
I see, and that's the thing. Like, I thought it was worth it, and it wasn't eventually. And that shit caused like some lasting damage to my reputation. Because
Yeah.
like, shit, but like I used to like crazy. And
I still look crazy. I mean, fuck that. No, man, I'll take crazy. Give me crazy any day. I mean, crazy is cool for a little while. You can't marry crazy, but you can fuck it for like a good 3 to 6 months.
There's crazy and there's crazy.
Man, I'm talking about like stalkers. I'm talking about my one girlfriend was getting emails from an ex-girlfriend like, oh, I saw what you were wearing today. You were wearing that red dress. You look fat. Like, I'm following you. I know what you have on. I'm gonna tell you about it right now. Like shit like that. Like calling the phone with the voice coder thing. But
And
like,
you couldn't turn that into a three-way?
I tried, man. It was trying to,
You need to grow a dick, sir.
Look, okay, I fell short, but I was worried about like living, because obviously if you're crazy enough
Living is important.
to do
Pretty
all
important.
that,
Breathing
yeah.
and-
I lost security deposit once. I had a girl cut out my back window. I lived in a ground floor apartment, and we had an argument, so I locked out my house.
cut out the back window, like with one of those
the
like
screen, like
thief,
no, you know how they have like the window and the screen.
Oh,
she cut out the screen to try to be able to lift the window. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, okay.
and this is like,
I thought you meant she like tried to cut the glass with like a glass saw.
she tried to break the glass. No, later on she tried to like, she was trying to get in, man. Yeah, oh my God, I had girls tell me they were pregnant when they weren't, just to get my attention.
Abortion cash.
Yeah, oh, always. I had, it's crazy, man. Chicks called my mom. My mother got a letter in the mail with like some little, like the letters cut out.
What?
Yeah, this is real life, like real fucking life.
Was this the one where like you introduced me to her and her sister said I was cute? Or was that someone else?
Honestly, told you it was so many hoes ago. I don't even remember that. But maybe it might have been her
Sounds
sister.
like you're the problem.
How about your face is the problem?
Oh, okay.
And you
All
just
right.
shut your mouth.
Okay.
How about that? I'm trying to vent here. Here you come attacking my.
I'm victim blaming. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. The picture they don't want you to see. Okay. All right. 3.5. Okay.
All right.
Scholarship. Okay.
All right, keep going.
That's what
I want to hear more about your.
I kind of wonder. I always thought like if a car tried to hit me, if someone was trying to hit me, I could just jump over and shit. Like how was that for you? How did you survive?
It was a minivan. So there was no jumping over that.
So she had her kids in the back seat.
No, it was empty. Her parents gave it to her when she went to college. That's what
you
she
want to
had.
kill? Oh.
Yeah, no, right. It's minivan. Yeah.
Here you go. Kill somebody.
But I mean, put it this way: if the car is slow enough, you can like dodge it because the minivan is big, but it doesn't have a lot of pickup. So like, it was like, and I kind of had time to like, kind of
To make decisions.
Yeah. Had she been like a Porsche or something, we would rap my black ass. No.
Yo, damn, son, that shit is real.
She went, and the thing, check this out. We were on, Murdersport Highway, right? You know, familiar with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a highway in the town where it has like it's 3 lanes, a median, like a raised median, right? An island, which is maybe about like a curb, the curb distance off the ground, and then the other side. She ran over the median to try to hit me. Like it was that serious. Like she's going this way, I'm on this side. She said, "Fuck that," but like over the.
Wait, how did you see her
not too
coming
stealthy.
for you?
What happened? It was a highway, bro. It was nothing else. Like she was coming
She
across
saw
the
you.
highway.
She saw you and was like, "Fuck it, I'm killing you."
Yeah.
That makes a lot of noise.
Because
to go over a
she
median.
had been looking for me. So this is the day after she cut out the back of the window thing. She still couldn't find me. So she was rolling around my house. So I was coming out to go to class. This is a while ago, and I'm walking. And so when she sees me, I see her on the other side of the highway. In my head, I'm like, it's 6 lanes of traffic. This bitch is not like I'm safe, right? She was like, "Oh, you think so?"
Oh, what?
She hit it's a highway, bro. Like traffic's going like this. She said, "Nah." Boom. Over the median, over the ditch. So you know how the highway has those ditches on the sides? Right through that. Like a movie. Came in the parking lot of where I was. So she went over the median, through the ditch, and over the edge into the parking lot. All like sideways. Just to hit me with the car.
She probably saw it going a lot better in her mind.
I think she was just so upset she didn't really give a fuck at that point. I won't say her name, but she didn't get
Grand Theft Auto.
You didn't
that's
call
what
the
we'll call her.
cops.
What?
You didn't call the cops.
Are you kidding me?
You
She
kidding?
sucked the hell out of my dick. Hell no, I didn't call the cops.
Who
Are you kidding?
We started this episode as like, you're from Harlem.
Oh my God.
You're from, you're from Washington Heights. I'm from Queens. Guido's from Brooklyn. And you don't call cops unless you have to.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I walked in on my first house in my first apartment in New York City. I walked in to tell my housemate, who I met off of Craigslist, to stop having gay orgies in the house every day.
Jesus Christ.
And I walk in, he's naked on meth, and then his dealer, who looks like Action Bronson, is like walking out of the house. And there's guns in this house. Even then, I didn't call the cops until the neighbors showed up and threatened to beat me up until I called the cops.
Exactly. I'm from Harlem, bro. You see Cam's interview?
Nah.
I ain't snitching.
Nah,
I might move, but I ain't snitching.
I hear you, but it's crazy. I've never had someone jump across fucking lane. I've had people say, I had one girl try to do voodoo to me.
I've had that before. That's light.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's not.
That's light, man. No. Yeah, she came in the crib. I went in my underwear drawer. There's a little bottle with like some roots in it and like some oil and some shit, like a little teeny bottle about that big.
She was just trying to scare you. That doesn't mean nothing.
Whatever, man. Again, she sucked down on my dick, so whatever. You can sprinkle whatever the fuck, sazon,
Just suck the wiggles.
yeah, just smooth as eggs.
Suck it up, baby.
Yeah, whatever. And this is the trade-off that you have. It's crazy, but the sex is crazy too.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
man.
Look, my crazy girl was like 5'1", and
Yeah,
like, she could lift me up and do shit.
Yeah,
Like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Take that with you.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. You can.
Upstate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Crazy.
I mean, I have footprints on the ceiling, bro. Like that's you know, that's how you live that life. That's how you, yeah.
Not any chicks in here.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. You know.
I dealt with this one chick that she wasn't crazy per se, as much as she was reckless. She had this boyfriend, or who I later come to find out that he was her husband, who was like 6'5" and a registered sex offender.
So don't drop the soap, basically.
Yeah, but he diddled some kids.
How did you not turn that into a threesome?
I knew that was coming at some point.
Yes.
I knew that was coming at some point. Anyway, so we're like leaving work, and she's like, yo, I lost my hamster. Can you help me find my hamster?
Is that code for like badge?
I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm like, yeah, I'll help you find your fucking hamster. So we go to her house,
Hamster finding.
and then see the fucking Undertaker, fucking standing at the entrance. She's like, oh yeah, that's my boyfriend. Just come inside. I'm like, no, I'm fucking leaving. And I bounced.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this bitch was reckless.
That's a
man.
setup.
Reckless.
Wait, so she wanted it to be a threesome, and you still fucked it up.
I didn't want to. That's not. Listen, a threesome is me and two girls. Anything else is a fucking train. I don't do trains
Anymore.
That's a college thing.
I was on
Grown men don't do that. No
I was on Tinder the other day, and I'm talking to this person. Yeah, are you in Bed-Stuy? Yeah, just come here. And like, I'm in my head, I'm just like, this is such a fucking setup.
No, with Tinder, it could have really legitimately been. I mean, the setup would have been, all right, you fuck her, and then she asks you for money. That would have.
Nah.
300 flowers.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that shit you can kind of pick out easily.
I hooked up with a girl on Tinder one time. She was awesome.
One time.
Like, I do Tinder a lot. Tinder's amazing.
Okay,
so
good.
Tinder should fucking pay for this show.
I just want to be honest.
We should get them as the first
Yeah,
sponsor.
we should get them as the first sponsor. So I was on Tinder. I picked up this girl. So she was heavier than I like. I don't really like fat chicks. But she was, whatever. She was pretty in the face. So we're talking, whatever. And the first thing she said, I'm trying to ask her, yo, tell me a little bit about yourself. She's like, well, I'm super into fitness. I'm like, bitch, I'm looking right at you. What the fuck do you mean you're super into fitness?
You're into fitness, your gut says that's a lie.
Yo, I'm like, yo, are you serious? Like, I'm worried about your cholesterol right now. Right now. Anyway, moral story, I took her home and I fucked her brains out because that's what Tinder's for. And she,
fucking fat bitch.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta humble your soul.
Pork in the porker.
Sometimes you gotta do community service. That's such an asshole thing to say.
But it's so true.
She was pretty.
Pretty fat.
That too.
Listen, we've been through this in last year's iteration of the podcast. I like big girls because they have those big calves that come from supporting their weight.
You like
and
big calves.
That's
legs
just
are
water
good.
from like cholesterol.
That's the most random
that's muscle.
thing to like. Like, yeah, girl, those calves. Like those calves.
Flex
Point
that
your
shit.
toes, baby. Yeah.
I can't see your Achilles tendon because it's covered in fucking fat.
Point your toes, baby.
I've seen otherwise skinny girls with big calves. That to me is a turn off, but
That is off.
I'll send them your way.
Yeah.
No, I hate when women big shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Women that have like those like why? Like, let's turn it down. Let's stop doing the push-ups in the morning. Let's cut that out.
You don't
like chicks who work out too much.
That fucking, they have that broad ass. Nah.
And they got this shit right here too.
Yeah. What are you doing with that? Hell no.
Damn.
The traps are good. Some traps are good.
But on the flip side, though, I like the people like the big legs. I do enjoy that.
Like thick thighs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, no, but not.
You like cankles. That's
Cut,
what you're saying.
cut.
I don't
Yeah,
like
cut though. Yeah, not like
cankles.
not like the just nah. It has to look nice. You want like women with like ham hock legs. Be like,
I don't know what that is.
it's a part of the pig you don't want to eat. And it is like the ass part. It's big. It's a black thing. It's cool though.
Yeah. So what do we got coming up?
So coming up every third Friday of the month, we have Uptown Soul Lounge, which is at Gin Fizz in Harlem, 125th and Lenox Avenue. Just come through there, Jay Wednesday at the door, and you're good to go.
That is a hot spot in Harlem. I like that.
Thank you very much. It's pretty good. And we've been doing that. It's live music, independent artists, a great time, good drinks, and the vibe is really good. Like that whole area is popping. It's right by Red Rooster, right by Corner Social. So, 125th Lenox Avenue, Uptown Soul Lounge. You can Google it, Instagram it. Instagram is Ebankster, EBANKSTER. That's my photography. Jay Wednesday, on everything else. Other than that, nothing coming up.
Cool. And we are Codeswitchin. If you're listening to this, you probably have already found us. We are going to be on iTunes soon.
Very.
Very, very soon. We're Codeswitchin on Twitter, Codeswitchin podcast, or Codeswitchin ass on YouTube.
The real Codeswitchin, by the way.
Yeah, the real
The
Codeswitchin.
real ones. We were first.
If
Just
you-
don't,
if you
don't
got-
sue us though.
If you got any public radio listening fans, tell them to, don't tell them not to listen to the other show, but tell them to also listen to this, just to get a little bit of the real,
Yeah.
I'm People's History on Twitter. I am Native New York Video on Instagram. Radhames.
I am. What is it again? I am not Big Daddy Rada anymore. I am Badman Rad on Instagram. Badman Rad on Twitter. Badman Rad on Snapchat.
Ooh, can I use my Snapchat? Can I give that? I didn't
No.
give that.
Give your Snapchat.
Thank you. Okay.
No, you can't do Snapchat.
It's actually also Jay Wednesday on Snapchat and Periscope and Twitter and Instagram. It's Jay Wednesday on everything. Jay Wednesday. Radhames.
And what's your dating site profile, Radhames, so all the BBWs can come and roast
Listen,
you?
man. I'm not giving that out for BB.
God, I wish you didn't ask that because now tell them.
What? I don't even.
Oh my God, I don't know what.
Alright.
Oh my God.
Guido, you got any
Fucking bully.
social media or
Not too
events coming up?
active if I'm anywhere as lazy athlete, but you gotta reverse the Y and the Z.
We got no events coming up besides you got any comedy shows coming up?
Well, I'm gonna be at Broadway Comedy Club this Sunday, but like it'll be really late. I don't know what time they'll throw me up.
Tell me the show start.
So you can watch Game of Thrones and then go to see Radhames'
Yes, the show starts. I'll be on the 11 o'clock show.
show. And where is that?
That's at Broadway Comedy Club. I also have an open mic coming up at Think Coffee on June 23rd, which is a Thursday. And pretty soon I think you and I are going to produce.
Yeah, we definitely have a show coming up. Naked Whiskey is always in effect. We did it last summer. It was great. People liked it. So do it again.
And I finally started releasing some of my in conjunction with Jungo Bootcamp. That's JUNGO bootcamp.com. It's a fitness Biggest Loser competition. Takes place in Brooklyn. I'm doing their webisodes over the course of the spring and summer. So that's coming up on their website. You can also see it on my YouTube channel, Sergio Tupac Usurin. Watch these people lose weight in Brooklyn to compete for a $10,000 prize. It's a really cool project that I'm proud to be a part of. So until next time, guys.